Good morning, Malcolm Nance.
All right, I would like to say good morning, but I don't think so.
Oh boy. Here's how we're going to start. Okay, listen.
All right,
Travis said Malcolm Nance message with a special request for a public warning from Shouty McShoutface. Okay, let's do this. Let's go, Shouty.
All right, well, you probably saw there were two tweets yesterday that I found particularly disturbing. And if you have been on my Twitter feed, you saw them. One was a report from a journalist who said that a guy named Uland, who is a White House liaison to Congress, walked past the press pool and said, just wait until we get revenge.
Yeah, I can't wait for the revenge.
Can't wait for the revenge. That's it. And said it within earshot of the journalist towards the journalist.
Yeah.
That is not a joke. And I think that a lot of people who think that, you know, the Republicans have these internal guardrails and they think that they're going to, just set about doing some nefarious, horrible things, but that it really won't impact your life. I'm here to tell you today, this is going to impact your life. Yeah. These people feel that when Donald Trump is cleared through this sham trial, that they are going to take revenge on the other 65% of the American public. Now, you might think, gosh, Malcolm, you come on here and you get us frightened all the time, but then you tell us everything will be okay. This is one of those times where it will only be okay if we completely and totally unify together. A little bit earlier when you had Illy on, Adam Schiff had made that statement that people were not calling into Congress at the level of the healthcare debate.
Right.
This is literally, you can see the potential end of the American democracy here. And now you have a mean-spirited, angry, vicious conservative movement that is moving America towards fascism, talking openly about revenge. And they don't just mean against journalists. They mean against all opponents. I mean, I got sidelined last year out of revenge from the White House, specifically asking for that, and right-wingers demanding that. We have got to unify together and understand they're not joking.
Well, you said it on Twitter, Malcolm. You said this is Trump's vocalized post-impeachment plan to attack opponents. They mean it. They're plotting revenge on 65% of America. Raise your voice, defend America. Yeah. And by the way, he tweeted, the Democrat House wouldn't give us lawyers, not one witness. Now demand the Republican Senate produce the witnesses the House never sought or even asked for. They had their chance but pretended to rush. Most unfair, corrupt, hearing congressional history. Every single word of that is a lie designed to inflame his base, that this somehow is a witch hunt, right?
Yeah, and you can't first off ignore everything that comes out of their mouth. They live in an alternate reality in which the United States is being destroyed by angry Antifa liberal mobs who are going around, who have no tolerance, who have guns. It's bizarre. I'm watching TV commercials in middle America, and I cannot believe what I'm seeing. These people literally live in an alternate reality where we are the fascists and that the United States is being destroyed from within and that everyone in the U.S. Capitol is a traitor. And that's why you can get 10,000 people with guns to come out to Richmond. I mean, I'm just putting the word out here this time. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing a lot of this internal infighting. The Bernie versus Biden, the Buttigieg versus Warren, whatever. Yeah. It needs to stop. It needs to stop now. We are in mortal danger for the soul of the United States. Whoever the nominee is, that's the person we're all going to rally around. But we don't have the intensity that they have. They feel that they can literally destroy what we have built for 244 years and that they can put one tribe at the top and the rest of us will be dominated. It is our time to coordinate, unify, show commitment, and get out there and fight to defend this country.
Well, you know, Malcolm, I was saying that's why I think everyone was just so struck to the point of tears, shivers with Adam Schiff, because he speaks like you do. There is a true passion and patriotism and emotion that, you know, we recognize as different than these Fox fake histrionics, you know, of Lindsey Graham and others, right?
I gave a briefing to the Democratic caucus last week, and Nancy Pelosi came in, sat down, had a few minutes with me, and everything I just said, she sent to me. Okay, I mean, just nicer,
Yeah.
but she understands the stakes of this game. Our problem is that we're limiting ourselves by playing by our rules and hobbling ourselves our way. You have to understand that if you don't get out and show all of the energy of the Obamacare debate, if you don't get out there and show all of the energy and warn every one of your friends that their way of life is going to come to an end.
Because by the
I mean,
way,
just
they are in
imagine all
court.
of us taxed,
By the way,
but they
they're
get rich.
right. They
Just
are in.
imagine them dominating
Yeah.
us and
Yeah.
your body, okay? Because I just saw something yesterday where Trump is saying now, once he's done here, if he gets a second term, women won't have any rights to choose
Well,
anything.
and
He's going to
Malcolm,
pay off the right wing.
more to the
I
point,
mean,
they are currently trying to take away our health care for pre-existing conditions. That he has been on record as he wants to cut Social Security and Medicare. He is going to wait till after the election to finish trying to destroy Obamacare and take away protection for pre-existing conditions. So you absolutely should have the fervor that you had during the healthcare debate times 10, right? I mean,
absolutely. And another thing, I'm noticing on Twitter that we, as as the loyal opposition, can't seem to get our messaging straight. I sometimes watch what's trending on Twitter, right? And every once in a while, if it breaks through of sports names or football teams, you might see something trend. Let me tell you something. When a guy like George Takai puts out there hashtag, Moscow Marsha, everyone on Twitter needs to pile on to that,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, we just cannot seem to focus ourselves. And I'm blaming this horrible primary process, which has 400 people running and has divided us 400 different ways. It is time to unify people. I mean, I spent my entire life warning this nation about horrible, terrible threats coming from our overseas opponents. Now I'm warning you, this is what your domestic, nightmare could be as your reality if you don't stand up now and commit yourself to fighting and warning everybody else about this.
Malcolm, you mentioned being with the Democratic caucus. What can you paraphrase for us what Pelosi said, or what you were alluding the conversation was with her?
Sure, I can paraphrase it because she said it in your house at dinner once.
Yeah.
I mean, that we are fighting for the soul
Oh,
of the
you
nation.
name dropper on my behalf.
Yeah, we are fighting for the soul of the nation, that we are fighting to see whether America survives the way it has since the founding. We are on the cusp where these Republicans have decided that the United States Senate will actually condone crimes. And people aren't speaking out about it. And there was a great report on MSNBC the other day when they were around Pennsylvania. And they said none of this is impacting people's lives because it doesn't come into their lives. You, the listener, you need to make it come into their lives. You need to make it clear that this is why jobs aren't coming back. This is why heroin is still outrageous out there. You were lied to, not misled, not sold a bill of goods. You were lied to. They're pathological liars. And these are poor people who feel awesome about giving billionaires ginormous tax breaks or taking away their only health care. How they have brainwashed themselves is not our problem.
And by the way,
we will defend is our problem.
Yeah,
by the way,
Mnuchin's out there again going, we're about to do another tax cut, this one for the middle class. Remember they did that last time right before the midterms? They're not going to help the middle class.
Lucy and the football.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And the caravans are coming.
Yes.
And Travis reminded me, they put out that there was that remark that was gotten by a journalist where senators were told their heads would be placed on a spike.
Pikes. Your head will be on a pike if you go against Trump. That's not America, Malcolm, right? That's in countries you've been in.
This is the mafia Don way that they speak. They have now really incorporated and embodied the Joe Pesci Goodfellas view of how to run the world. It is just terrifying to think that this is what my beloved United States has become, and that all of you, every one of you, we have to blow the electoral margins out this year. They are so motivated to defeat us. They could win by 77,000 votes, and that will be the end of it because we didn't work 10 times as hard, 5 times as fast in the states that need it, right? And we felt good about ourselves mailing in our ballot in New York State. We have to get out there, get out of California, and we have to help blow out the margins everywhere else. Because you know what? I take these warnings I discern seriously, because I'm usually about a year ahead of the news media in the seriousness of these things.
True
because
that.
they have to analyze them.
Yeah.
So you know what? Yesterday, those two comments about the heads on a spike and about revenge, I really believe them.
And how about Marsha Blackburn smearing war hero Colonel Vindman for talking badly about the president in front of Russia? What are you talking about? He didn't stand next to Vladimir Putin and said, I believe him and not the United States of America and their intelligence agencies, right?
Marsha Blackburn is the woman who got Torsion, the guy who infiltrated the NRA along with Maria Butina into the NRA. She facilitated his entry and introduction to the NRA and to the team of Trump. She literally, facilitated Moscow's infiltration effort into the United States. That's why hashtag Moscow Marsha was trending yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just utterly shameless.
Yep.
And again, we are in danger. Incorporate it, feel it. You know what you can do about it. Get on those phones and burn them up.
Yep.
Your senator, your congressman, everybody. Let them know that you've got their back. If they're a Dem and if they're a Republican, tell them what you really think.
Yep, absolutely. Listen, if Elie Mystel and his inspirational rant, yours, and then Frangela, if the entire show not being the Black Power Hour didn't inspire you today, remember, you've got the power. You've got the power.
Oh, God.
Call now. You got the power. All right. Sorry, I just had to do that.
Snap. You got Frangela coming too, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, Black Power Hour all morning.
Yeah, we got our black up.
Oh, snap.
All I'm saying is, let's just say there was going to be a New York Sexy Liberal, and you could bring that fantastic Westchester County background with you that you have on MSNBC, where Mimi Rocca will be the district attorney, and maybe you bring your friends Joy Reid and Elie Mystel with you, is all I'm saying, for a happy hour panel at New York Sexy Liberal.
If it should happen.
If it should happen. I'm just spitballing here, Malcolm.
It could happen.
He denuded me.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Malcolm. Thank you, Chief, for the warning.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Love you. Okay.